right, I'm going to be trying something just a little bit different. About 2 or 3 videos ago, I made a towel with hearts, and I used Wonder Under and ironed my hearts on there, but I cut them out by hand. And I happened to be sitting here looking at YouTube one day, and I saw a video about appliques with a laser. Well, that interested me, so I clicked in, and it was a company that does appliques. I mean, they have any kind of applique you can imagine, and they have a lot of them. So they was showing how they cut their appliques with their lasers. Then, of course, they had the big lasers, you know, a Thunder, and they were big sized. Let's just say that. And they had, I don't remember how many they had, 2 or 3 of them going. And it gave me an idea. So I've decided I want to put a sheep on a towel. And I've got me some towels off of Amazon. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But anyways, I wanted a sheep, and I had to have a sheep that was all individual pieces. I didn't have one, so I had to make one. And this right here is the feet for my sheep, and now those will be in black. I don't know what this one is, but I'm not going to delete it. But this is an ear. It will be in black. And this is a tail. It will be black. And then, of course, my bird, my stars, and my hearts will be different colors. And then I have a material I think I'm going to use that's a printed material for the sheep. But I've got my material out. Now I've got to get my Wonder Under. And I want to do a test piece and see how it does. So I'm going to get my Wonder Under and iron it onto a piece of material and put it through my laser and see how it does. So let's see, there's my laser software, and I think I named that, I'm going to import from Silhouette. I think I named it Sheep Towel or something like that. Sheep for towel. Right there. There it is. And I'll just take all this, pull it off, find a little piece. I'll cut a leg. Update my overlay. I'm going to get my wood out of there and put my material in, and with my Wonder Under on it. So I'm going to go get that ready, and then I'll cut this little test piece and see what settings to use on it. See how it does. So I'll be back. Now here I've put my material into my laser, and I'm going to have to do the set cuttings. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to guess, I have my keyboard covered up, 1700. I'm going to go power at 30. Okay, now I'm going to go back over here so I can see my my bed of my camera right here. I'm going to hit frame. It's framed right. Now I'm going to hit start and see how it cuts. Okay, it cuts so fast I didn't have time to grab my... So I don't know. I've got 2 layers for it to go through. And I don't think it's done it. I'm going to cut it another time, and then I'm going to increase something. All right, what I think I'm going to do, I need to update my overlay, is I'm going to move my star over, and I'm going to do... I don't want my material scorched or anything, or the back of it, so I'm going to leave it the way it is, and I'm going to set it for 2 passes and see if that works. So I will hit frame. Okay, now I'm going to hit start, and it should do 2 passes. All right, now I'm going to get the material out and see how it cut. All right, this is the one that I had before, and I moved the material a little bit, but I just went over it another time to get that cut out. It is fine. It's just a primitive star. It'll work. So there's 2 stars, and that's all I needed was 2. And that was 2 passes, and it pulled out just fine. So it has my Wonder Under on it. It's ready to be pulled off and ironed onto my towel. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to get my other pieces and start putting them in there and cutting them all out and get them on my towel. There goes the bird. The star's already cut out. Now is starting on my black pieces, my legs, my tail, my ear. And I think I got it all in there. And next it'll do the star and the sheep. And it seems to be cutting pretty good, so we'll see here in just a second. Okay. Well, I have an ear that's out, so I need to turn my air assist either down or off. But looks like it all cut good. Yep, so I can get it out now and figure out how I can put it on my towel. All right, I have them cut out and ready to go on my towel. And what I was going to tell you about the towels, when I ordered it, I thought this stripe it looked like it was along the bottom. And when I got it, they were up and down. So when I fold it, I don't get the stripes. And I wanted the stripes, so I just made my image bigger. And then when I put it on the stove, I'll just hang it over and let it, you know, this whole thing show. And I switched out. I had this material for the body. And I decided with that material, with the towel, I just didn't like it. So this isn't white or light, but I like the way it looks. I'll put my little legs there. Let me check, make sure my legs are going the way I wanted them. Nope, I have them just the opposite. I thought they looked different than what I designed. Okay. Got to concentrate. Down a little more. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I also had this heart to go on there, and I decided I wanted a solid one. And I had 2 of this style heart, or not style of heart, but colored heart, and I decided to cut another one that had the stripes in it. So that is what I have changed. And I believe I am ready to press it on. But I forgot to get my Teflon sheet. I'll be right back. Okay, I have to be very, very, very careful. I don't want to move anything. I'm sitting here thinking, can you do that? Because once it's down and on there, that is it. Okay. I'm just going to pick it up for a little bit. I don't know where the stars are at. Make sure my tail's down. Okay, now I'm going to... It should be stuck down enough that I can do this. Make sure I got my star here good. Everything feels like it's on good. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to try to go use my machine. I might use my machine and just go around the outline of the sheet, but I'm not sure about all this other stuff. I'm not that good a sewer, and I don't know if it I don't know. I don't think it would work for me. Now, I'm going to start on this here. And I went out to the garage, and I was wanting a 2x6 or a 2x8. What did I have? No, I was wanting a 2x6, and all I had was a 2x8. I didn't want it, so I ripped it down a little bit with the miter saw. And this is 8.5 inches tall and 5.25 inches wide. And then I done a, is this the one I'm wanting? I done 2 of them. One, I done this with the miter saw at a 30-degree angle. And I think I used a 25-degree angle on this one, and I just drew a line and used my scroll saw and done the angle with my scroll saw. Now I can't remember which one I was going to use. They're both the same width. Yeah. But this one is 9 3/4 inches tall. Well, and this is a little roof I cut out of thin wood. It's going to go on like that. And then I was going to just paint on the windows, you know, just black rectangles and the door. And I decided to go ahead and cut them out with my laser. Now I'm trying to figure out which board I want to use. I think I was wanting the smaller one. I like I like this one better. This one has a little more of an angle on the top. But I'm going to go ahead and go with that. But right now, I'll set all this aside. And I'm going to cover this with antiquing wax. I think I'm just going to do it on the edges, just in case I want to sand it back. There's some dark underneath it. Because I really, well, I might want to do it on all over the front. Boy, I'm sloppy. When I get finished with that and it's dry, I'll be back. Well, I went ahead and painted my roof black and my windows black and my door black. I think this is dry now. And I'm using the mustard color from Dixie Belle. I need to go order some more. And I will be darkening this up with some wax. I think the others I've done a burgundy one. I think I've done that in a video. And then I've done another one. I think I've done it in green. But I don't think I've done that on the video. I don't think. It was a smaller one. Been trying to make a pattern. And I keep remaking it. Because I'm never satisfied with it. And I'm still working on it. Making those out of cardboard. I need to do one with the thin wood that has the tabs. So I'm just going to continue doing this and give it 2 coats because I want it good and coated. And then I'll let it dry. And then when I get finished, when this gets all dry, I can't think, I can't talk. Anyways, when it's dry, I'll come back and do some more to it. All right, I'm going to take this now after it's painted, and I'm using my finger sander, and I am going to distress it some. And then I think I'm going to get my Special Dark, I think what it's called, Minwax. It doesn't do a whole lot, but just enough, I think. I'm trying to get it just a little more on the edges. I'll wipe this off because then I'll get yellow, because I wanted to kind of distress my roof and my... That's going to be loud. So I'm going to distress all this back, and then I'm going to get my Special Dark wax, and I'm going to see if it works, but I'll let you know. Now, this is the Minwax I was talking about. It is a Special Dark finishing wax, but it doesn't turn things very dark. But it does seal it and put a wax on it. You can see I did scrub around down in there. I'm going to go over the whole thing with it. I especially want it to get in the cracks, because this wood is rough. I need a paper towel. I meant to grab one. I'll just kind of wipe that a little bit. Okay, it makes it look old. Now, I better do that to my roof. That will seal that in, that black paint. And I'm going to get my door and my windows, and I've got to do my star yet. Now I have my star, and I am just going to paint it. Wait, I'll tell you what, I just got to be messy. Nutmeg brown. And drop it in there. And that's cinnamon. Oh. I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm just going to pounce a little Mod Podge over it, and that will be finished. Now I'm gluing down my windows, and I've got the door and these two windows glued down, and the roof. I glued that on, and I'm just going to finish gluing all these on. And my star somewhat dried, and I went over it, tapped over it with some Mod Podge, and it just looks rusty now. Thinking about right there. Now I'll do this one and my star, and this will be done. And you know, you don't have to have these wood cutouts. You can, they're really cute with just the rectangles drawn on for the windows and the door. Or you could use cardboard. But they're painted, when they're painted on, they're really cute. I've almost done that. Okay, I'm trying to get that about where that one's at. Okay, I think that looks about right. Well, this one needs to be kind of even with that one. Okay, that looks okay. Now my star, and I'm using just some art glitter glue. It works pretty good. And I have it in a thin tip so I can use it on my windows. I think that's where I want it. About right there. Kind of tilted a little bit. All right, that is finished. Okay, guys, I got to looking at it. It just didn't look right, and I realized I missed a window. And if I'd known I had that window, this would have been further apart. But I still think going ahead and painting that and putting that star right there looks better than leaving it off. I don't know. If I done that, like that, and then got some kind of words and put angled up here, that would look cute. I'm just going to have to figure out what I'm going to do because I don't like it without something else. Well, while I was trying to figure out what I didn't like about this, I realized the window in here, it was the same color as the building. So I went and painted the insides black, and then I added a heart up here. And then I thought it needs a crow. But it really doesn't. It'd throw it off if you put a crow anywhere. And then I thought, well, I'll go into Silhouette software, get me a crow, and make it to where it sits on the corner of something. Either, I think probably right here. Yeah, I like that because that makes it further away. I don't know. Anyways, I think I got a little carried away when I got the bird. Okay, but I like it, so I'm going to put it on. I'm going to paint it and distress it a little bit and glue it on there.